Hi everybody, it's Carla. I wanted to come on and show you a few things I've been working on lately and just to give you some ideas that you might want to try. I found this Cindy wood, it's Cindwood loom on the internet. This is a 56 peg quarter-inch fine gauge loom. And I purchased that because I wanted to try to knit some socks. I've crocheted some socks, but I don't like that you can't get the real fine feel that you can with knitted socks. I've tried to use the double pointed needles, just I cannot coordinate my hands to do that. I won't even try the magic loop with a 40-inch long circulars, and people do that and they look amazing, but I just cannot coordinate that either. So this one I completed one sock right here, and I'm using sock yarn, little odd and end balls of sock yarn that I got at a flea market in a big tub last year. And I'm just making scrappy socks, and now I'm well on my way towards the end of making sock number 2. And that's what you see on the loom right now. So since I've been kind of concentrating on this loom knitting, I decided to make some project bags. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and especially while I'm doing that loom knitting, and they make beautiful project bags. And I thought, well, I've got fabric. You might have seen this in past videos of mine where I go to the thrift store, but I actually got this fabric sample, and it was a sample because you can see the edges, the selvage edges have been sewn. And it says a standard fabric, 100% cotton, 48 inches wide, has a 12.5-inch repeat. I only paid 99 cents for it, and this fabric is actually from 1976. So it's a vintage fabric. I got 2 pieces of this with different prints, and out of this I was able to cut 2 of these large project bags. Here's one that I just finished this morning. Here's another one in the back that's large enough for me to make one the same size. And then I've got enough to make 2 smaller bags. And I've got 7-inch zippers. I might try to do zippers on the small ones. I haven't done zippers in a long time, so they might just be drawstring too. But this actually has a 45-inch black shoelace that's been woven through the top to make a drawstring for this bag. And I'm not going to wash it because like the inside is this white right now, and I want to keep it nice and crisp for a while. But I also sewed 2 triangles on the bottom corners, and then cut across it, and it gave me a bottom that could kind of was wider, and it could hold better, I think, and maybe even sit up if I put a solid piece of cardboard or some kind of plastic in the bottom of it. And what else did I do? When I cut this out, I cut it to where the folded edge right here would be the bottom for me, so I wouldn't have to sew an extra one. So I really only had to sew the two side seams, and I let the selvage up here that's already been finished just fold in, and that's where I made my drawstring casing. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's very colorful. I love working on something like this. It took me maybe a half hour to get the whole thing done, and I wove the shoelace through just by putting a safety pin through one end of the shoelace and worked it through my casing. And then when it came out the other side, then I just pulled the strings even and double knotted it there so they wouldn't go back through the casing. And I've got a real pretty project bag. So I hope you like this. And I want to encourage anyone, if you haven't tried loom knitting, try that. I've made hats with it. I've made scarves. I've made cowls with the large ones. And then I invested in this smaller fine gauge. My first attempt at it was I was too tight. It was hard to do. I thought I'll never get this, but I took that one off and I tried again, and it just came very natural, and I love doing this. It's very relaxing. You work around the 56 stitches very quickly, and in no time you have a real pretty sock. And this one does have a heel, and it does have a toe with a Kitchener stitch closure. and I think it's really pretty. And Lord willing, I hope to come back on and show you these socks when they're completed and blocked. And this yarn, it was a mixture of, you could tell it had wool, nylon, different kind of fibers in it. And it fit me well. I had to add some stitches to adapt it to my foot because I've got a longer foot than most. And I'm very pleased with it. Oh, and peeking through back here, you might see that I went on Bountiful Baby a couple weeks ago when they were selling kits, seconds kits. They had a special sale, and I got a seconds kit of Thomas Asleep, and he's the 17, 18-inch little Reborn. Now, he didn't come with any paperwork or anything, and he was a seconds kit. You can see a couple little mars in the vinyl, but when I painted him, it just looked like little, scratches or something that a baby would have on it. And so I got the painting all completed. Now I've got a body already for it that I'm recycling out of another doll. And I, Lord willing, again, hope to put this together in the next week or so. I don't have any rooting supplies at this time, so I'm not going to do eyelashes and hair. This will be a little bald baby, but I think I keep saying he, it's going to be a little girl. Turned out very cute. It's got a little birthmark right there. You can see the little pink footsies, and the little hands and stuff are under this other fabric back here. But I mainly wanted to show you the project bag, encourage you to make your own. It's just out of scrap fabric, whatever you have on hand. And when I was looking through my fabric, I also had a piece of Holly Hobby, I think, from the 70s, kind of vintage fabric. And I might try my hand at making a project bag out of that. But we just have to see. And I hope everyone's having a great day, and that you're staying warm wherever you are. And I just am keeping everybody that's having to deal with the weather in my prayers. I have a son up in Michigan who's had some difficulty getting back and forth to work in this bad weather. And so I tell him if he has to stand outside for any kind of time, just keep on moving because it's just too cold to be standing there. So I thank everyone for watching, and I'm enjoying everybody's videos. And like I said, I've really gotten into this sock loom, and I already ordered some more sock yarn, and I'm going to try and just make matching socks, not the scrappy socks, and see how those turn out for me. So forgive my movement with my camera. I'm just using this little phone that doesn't act as a phone anymore, but it does still work as my camera, and I'm able to show you some things that I've made and what I'm working on. This is a little corner of my bedroom. I've just got a really bright light with no shade on it, and a work table that my son gave me, and this is where I sew. So thank you all for watching, and I appreciate it, and good luck, and I hope that you try your hand at some scrappy bags. And like I said, it's just fabric, your sewing machine, and a shoelace, 45-inch shoelace, and you can have a really nice size project bag. Okay, talk to y'all later, and thanks for watching. Bye.